What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Isaiah. This video is a very special video. I've only told this story about 2 or 3 times max. This is the story about how I made my first $10,000. Okay? I had it in all cash. It was all 20s. I counted it up. It was actually 10 and some change, right? I hope this story inspires somebody and it just lets you know to put your faith in God, put your trust in God, and never give up. Never ever give up. Never lose hope, never lose faith. Anything is possible, all right? So let me get into this story. Very, very special story. I just want to say that one more time. I've only told this story 2 or 3 times. I think I've only told it twice. But just to be safe, I'm gonna say 3 times max, okay? Because it's a very personal story, right? I know some of y'all are thinking, what's so personal about $10,000? It was a journey, bro. And, I just think that I should share this to the world, right? Because this is real. It's crazy. So let's get into it. My first $10,000. We're gonna start. This was August of 2021. No, June of 2021. I just quit my 9-to-5. All right, around June. Around Juneteenth is when I quit my 9-to-5. I was working a grass cutting job and I was working at a moving company, and something just went off in my head and I was just like, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm gonna figure out how to make money. I'm gonna figure out how to be a millionaire. I'm gonna figure out how to be my own boss and be an entrepreneur. Okay, so around that time, I had quit my 9-to-5 and I decided to, I just found out about wholesaling, right? I still didn't really know what it was, but I paid somebody to teach me like what it was, right? In the end, I ended up getting scammed, but I did learn about wholesaling, and he did give me the gist and the rundown of what wholesaling is. So around June, that time, I quit my job and I'm starting to, just found out about wholesaling. July, August, and then around August, so June is when I found out about wholesaling, and then August is when I decided to go all in on wholesaling. That's when I decided I'm not doing anything else with wholesaling, because I was still juggling back and forth between drop shipping and trying to find something else, because I was doing drop shipping, but it just didn't sit right with me. It didn't resonate with me. It's not what I wanted to do. So June is when I found out. June of 2021 is when I found out about wholesaling, and then August of 2021 is when I decided, all right, I'm giving this my all. I'm going all in. So August 2021, I go all in. I start making cold calls. And I think somewhere in August, towards the end of August, is when I got my first contract signed. Okay? Now, remember, around August is when I resolved within myself, I'm going to give myself a year. I told myself that I'm going to give myself 1 year to make some money, to make something pop off, right? I said, I quit my job. I talked to my parents. I did everything I told y'all to do in that other video. If you're single, no kids, living with your parents, everything I'm telling y'all to do in that video is what I did August of 2021. So I just started going all in. I said, I don't need any money. I'm okay with not having any money. I lived with my parents. I didn't have any bills. I didn't have any kids, no responsibilities. So I just went all in. So I'm grinding every single day. My first contract was super, it was a big learning experience. I learned a lot about VA loans, what market to not be in, and things like that. And so I was hustling. I was hustling. I was calling people every single day, and I was getting contracts signed left and right, having them fall through, all this other stuff. And somewhere around, so let's say August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, that was like 5 months. 5 months had passed by. I didn't make any money. But at the same time, I was cutting yards here and there, just a little, very small, to like just a little bit of money on the side. And I was saving all of that money. All of the money I got from cutting yards. Remember, this is like kind of the fall season, winter season. So I'm not cutting too many yards, but I'm like raking leaves here and there just to get a little bit of money. But I'm still hustling, calling every single day, follow-ups, lead generation. I'm doing this all on Zillow. That's the only way I was doing this. I didn't spend any money on marketing. Okay, I want to make that clear. I didn't spend any money on leads. I didn't spend any money on skip tracing. I did have PropStream like for a little bit just to test it out and see what it was like, but it didn't benefit me. I didn't use it like that. It didn't help me get a deal or anything like that. I ended up really just wasting money on it. So I'm cutting grass here and there, and I'm hustling on the phones every single day. So I would wake up some days early, do a morning routine, and then I would go cut like 1 or 2 or 3 yards, and then I'd get back and start cold calling. Sometimes I would wake up at like 3, 4 in the morning, do a morning routine, right? I would work out, and then if I still had time, by the time I had finished my morning routine and the time I had to go cut somebody's yard or rake their leaves or blow off their yard, I would be watching sales videos, right? So I'd be watching sales videos, training videos, I would be watching Jerry Norton videos. I would be watching motivational videos. I would be watching Eric Thomas videos, just get myself hyped, and I was just brainwashing myself. This is when I first started to like change my identity. Like this is when I'm first like really going through the identity change, right? I think I still had Instagram and I was still like sidetracked a little bit. But somewhere like in September or October, I deleted my Instagram for good, right? So this is like 5 months of just hustle, not making any money from wholesaling. I had about 9 contracts fall through, and it's a hustle. It's brutal. It's so brutal. I had no vehicle. So while I'm cutting grass, right, in my hometown of Slidell, Louisiana, I woke up and I had a push lawnmower, I had a plug-in electric blower, and I had a weed eater, and I would stack it up on top of each other. And you could go see this in one of my YouTube videos. I think it's called The Level Up Is Real. You could see me. What I would do is I would stack all that up and I would walk that like half a mile into another neighborhood and start cutting grass. And I would have a book bag full of water and like some snacks. Let me tell you something, bro. The grind is real. The level up is real. I didn't make any excuses. I said, I'm gonna make it happen, and that's what I did. So it's 5 months. 5 months of like straight like hustle. So I'd wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning. I would do an intense morning routine. I would jog a mile, do like a little workout, and I would journal and I would read and I would pray. And then if I still had a little bit of time, I would watch sales videos. If I had any administrative tasks to do, like make a to-do list or something with wholesaling, I would do that. But it was mainly training videos. And then as soon as like 7 o'clock hit or 6:30 hit, I would pack all my stuff up. I would stack all the lawn care equipment up on top of each other, and I would walk it half a mile or a mile down the road, and I would just start cutting yards. By the time I got done with that, it was probably like 2, 3, 4, just depended on the day and what yards I had to cut. Sometimes I only had 1 yard to cut, so I would get done at like 12. Other times I had like 3 or 4 yards to cut, and it would take probably till like 3, 4 p.m. I'd be sweaty, just covered in grass, itchy. I'd have to, like, bro, I stacked everything on that push lawnmower, like a gallon of gas, weed eater, electric blower, and like that's it. And then I had like my hat, and then I had something to cover my face, and I had a book bag full of water. And so by the time I got done cutting the yards, I would walk back to the crib, shower, and then I'd start calling. I would call until like 9 o'clock at night. Okay, so that's what I did for 5 months consistently. Okay. Then, towards the end of December, New Year's, which I didn't do anything for Christmas or New Year's, by the way. I did absolutely nothing. Maybe for Christmas, I was like at my mom's house and family came over. Just a little bit of family came over. But for New Year's, I did nothing. No fireworks, no party, no nothing. I didn't do anything. If anything did happen, it was at my house. I did not leave my house. I did not go out. I did not party. None of that. Just want to let y'all know. Everything that I preach, I have practiced, and I still practice to this day. Okay, so 5 months of that routine, that same routine. No partying, no going out, no getting drunk, no friends, no social media, nothing. It was that strict routine every single day for 5 months. There were sleepless nights. There were nights that I was like really leaning into my spirituality, and I was building my relationship with Jesus. Around September is when I like decided to like start following Jesus for real, and just like going through the struggle, the spiritual struggle, and which I'm still a work in progress. But September 2021 is like when I kind of like had an encounter with Jesus, and that's when I decided like I'm gonna follow you, right? But so that was it was a lot. I'm just giving you like the gist, and I'm gonna go into more details about a specific part of the story about how I made my first $10,000. But I just want you to understand what led up to the $10,000. It was that daily routine: 3 or 4 a.m. wake up, jog a mile, do an ab or whatever kind of workout, cardio workout, ab workout. I would journal, read, pray. Then I would watch sales training videos. Then I would pack all my stuff up on this push lawnmower, walk a half a mile to a mile down the street or into another neighborhood, cut their grass. That would take a few hours. I'd get sweaty, stinky, sticky, walk back home with all the stuff piled up, take a shower, get on the phones, keep calling until like 8, 9 o'clock at night, go to sleep, repeat. I would do that for 5. It was really 6 months straight I did that. I got my deal in February. I got my deal February 6th or February 12th of 2022. Okay? But just leading up to that, that's what it was. Okay? So around January, so I think it was somewhere in December. Yeah, somewhere, it was right before Christmas is when I found my deal. I was on Zillow, I was searching, I went through a whole bunch of crap leading up to it, but you get the point, right? But fast forward to December is when I found the deal, is when I first saw it on Zillow. I saw it on Zillow, and I'm not gonna go into the whole story of how I got my first deal because I made an in-depth video about that. It's the 3rd video I ever uploaded. It's called How I Got My First Wholesale Deal and When Will I Get My Next One. You can watch that video. I describe in great detail the entire journey to get my first wholesale deal and all the stuff that I went through. Right? But it was like maybe a week or 2 before Christmas is when I first saw it. And I was like, that's a deal. Like all the crap I've been through, I built the skill set to recognize the deal. And this was in my hometown of where I was cutting grass. I was like, that's a deal. I know that's a deal. So that's when I first found it. That's when I contacted them. They never answered the phone. I ended up driving to them. Well, my mom ended up driving me to them. I lived about an hour away, right? We lived about 2 hours away. Either an hour or 2 hours away from my hometown. So I had to drive with my mom that day and, go with her to work and help her do stuff. And then she was gonna stop by, drop me off by the house. So I went to the house in person, talked to him in person. Man, now that I'm like reflecting on it, the journey is crazy, bro. How much stuff I went through, and how it's just, if you believe in yourself, anything is possible. Anything is possible. So yeah, I went over there, I introduced myself. That's when I first found the deal. So boom, without getting into too many details about the deal and how that happened, it was up and down with that one deal. There were times somebody tried to steal the deal from me. The sellers blocked me at one point. I had to renegotiate. I found my buyer. It was a whole journey with that deal. All right, but so fast forward is when I found the deal in December. I ended up going back and forth with him, talking, calling. After I saw him in person, I got the husband's phone number. The wife never answered her number, and the wife's number was the number that was on Zillow. So once I met him in person, built a relationship, all this other stuff, I built a real relationship. All of those sales training videos that I had been watching for the past 5 months paid off. I used everything I learned. I had confidence, all this. Anyways, so I think I got the deal locked up maybe right before Christmas, right? So I got it locked up right before Christmas. All the title companies are backed up, whatever. Anyways, fast forward in January, right? This is the important part. It was January 2022. The deal is falling apart. I had been saving up all this money from cutting grass, bro. This is the important part right here. I had been saving up all this money from cutting grass. All the money I made, like every $100 bill I got, every $20 bill I got, I put it into this piggy bank. Okay, and I kept this piggy bank in my room. It was a little LSU piggy bank. And I taped it up. I never took money out of it. Right after I started saving in there, didn't take money out of it. I didn't even know how much money was in it. I just started blindly saving money. That was all the money I had, was in that piggy bank. No bank account, no nothing. Like I never made a bank account. I only made a bank account after I closed my deal, just so I could cash the check or whatever. So I had no bank account. No nothing. All of the money to my name was being made from cutting grass, and it was being put in that bank account and that piggy bank. So around the middle of January, something like that, is so somebody ended up trying to steal the deal from me. They called the sellers, and the sellers ended up blocking me for like 2 weeks. Haven't heard from them for 2 weeks. But before that happened, right? Before the sellers blocked me, like I said, I had this piggy bank. All of my money is in here. Grass kind of slowed down because it's like January. It's like freezing cold. The most I'm doing is like raking up leaves. And like I said, I was going through my spiritual journey with Jesus. I was building my relationship with Jesus. And one day I was praying. I just went to this new church. I just found this new church called Community Bible Church in Baton Rouge. And I'm telling you, the Holy Spirit is in that church for real. Shouts out to them. Shouts out to Pastor Steve. I met some amazing, wonderful people there. That in itself was a journey. And I just felt like home there. Anyways, when I was at home, I was praying. Like I said, I'm growing in my relationship with Jesus. And I just knew I just wanted to give my life to Jesus. And I just wanted to just be closer to him. Like I was always challenging myself and breaking my boundaries and like stepping out of my comfort zone, always, with fitness, finances, spirituality, my mindset, everything. I was always, because like I said, I'm having a paradigm shift. I'm changing my identity. Everything about me is changing. And that includes my spirituality, my relationship with Jesus. So one day I was praying, and I'm always pushing myself. So in the prayer, I was just like, Jesus, I want to give my life to you. I give my life to you. Whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. I promise you. You're my everything. You're number one in my life. And as soon as I said that, the second I said that, bro, he spoke to me, right? Or he came into my thoughts, however you want. I didn't audibly hear anything, but you know, I don't know, you just know when Jesus is talking to you. You know when it's your thoughts versus Jesus. And it was conviction. It was also like my own soul or the Holy Spirit convicting me. So as soon as I said, Jesus, whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. You're my number one. And as soon as I said that, like a millisecond, it all happened at once. It all downloaded into my brain. Give away that money. Give away that money. And as soon as that happened in my brain, bro, I was in denial. So this all happened in a millisecond. I said, Jesus, whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. Just name it and I'll do it. Boom, instantly, all that happened. It downloaded, give the money away, give it to the church, and I immediately went into denial. And so this is Friday. This is a Friday that this happened. It was either a Thursday or a Friday. And I was like, and so my immediate response thought was, are you sure? Like, you want me to do that? You know, because this was all of my money. And I had a vision board and everything. And my goal was to buy a vehicle. I'm getting my wholesale deal and I'm cutting grass. I'm saving money so I could get a vehicle because I was tired of being dependent on other people giving me rides. That was my number one goal at the time, was to get a vehicle, get a car or a truck. I had a truck and a Camaro on my vision board, which is crazy. I got both of those. But all of the money to my name was in this piggy bank, and immediately it just in the prayer it just said give it all away, and I was like, bruh, like I immediately got like like I wanted to stop praying, and I was just like, no, I was like, did I mean what I said? And so I wrestled with it, and but I finished out the prayer, and I was like, okay. I had to acknowledge it. I couldn't just deny what was happening. In that prayer, I knew what was being said to me in my brain, and I couldn't deny it. I couldn't just be like, oh, no, that's not Jesus. That's whatever else you want me to do, Jesus, I'll do that, but not that, right? And so I finished the prayer. I acknowledged what I heard. I acknowledged what was said to me by the Holy Spirit, and I was like, okay. And so I sat down and I was sitting and I was like, what did I just do, bro? Because I couldn't deny what happened. I knew what just happened. I knew that I said something and then I got a response, and I can't pretend like I didn't get that response. I can't pretend like I wasn't just convicted just now to do, what the Holy Spirit told me to do, which was give away the money, give away all of the money in the piggy bank. And so this is a Thursday or Friday, and the Holy Spirit told me to give it away at church. Like, go to church, give it away. And so I had the whole weekend to think about this. I had Thursday, the rest of the day, Friday, Saturday, and then up until Sunday. And I didn't tell anybody about it. I was talking to my friend, and I was like, Jesus told me to do something, dude, and I don't know if I could do it. And he said, what was it? I was like, I can't tell you. It's just sucks. So, bro, so I had the whole weekend to think about it, but again, I'm as real as they come. I'm authentic with myself. I'm genuine with myself, and I can't lie to myself. The things that I don't like about myself, I acknowledge them. The things I do like, I acknowledge them. I just can't lie to myself. So I was never going to be in denial with myself. I was never going to be in delusion, and I was never going to act like it didn't happen. So I had the whole weekend to think about it. I had the whole weekend to question it. Was it real? Was what I heard really God? Was I going to do it? Did it make sense? Any of that. I had to wrestle with those thoughts. And one thing I knew was that And a big lesson is you have to detach from the results and just trust the process. Like I say with wholesaling, don't worry about getting the deal, get good at sales. Stop worrying about the deal, get good at sales, and the deal will come. And so that was a life lesson I learned. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about the outcome, the saving the money, the getting the car, or whatever. I'm going to worry about the process, which is trusting God. That's what I said, like I'm doing. Like I'm on a self-improvement journey. And part of that self-improvement journey is trusting God and growing in my relationship with Jesus. So I wrestled with it the whole weekend, going back and forth with God, praying. I'm like, God, there was times like during that weekend, I prayed like, God, did you really tell me to do that? Like, was that you? But it was kind of, I don't know, stupid to say that, because the second I asked it, I knew the answer already. And I was like, okay. And so anyway, so Sunday came, I didn't count the money in the piggy bank. I didn't open the piggy bank. I just went to the church and I went through the service. You know, I left it in the, I think I drove, my mom was letting me drive her car at that time or something. Or my friend picked me up, something. I went to church and I left it in the vehicle, I left it in the car, whether I was driving my mom's car. I think I was driving my mom's car at the time. She would let me drive her car to church. And so I left it in the vehicle and I went into church, went through the service, everything. And so when service was over, I went to the car, got out the piggy bank, went up to the pastor. I was like, Pastor, God told me to give you this. I don't know why. I don't know how much is in it. This is just the money I've saved up, and he just wanted me to give this to you. So here you go. And he was like, are you sure? I was like, I'm 100% positive. Please don't ask me that again. Just take it. And he was like, you know, you don't have to do this. He's like, you don't have to feel bad to give it away or something. I was like, Pastor, just take it. Don't question it. I made my mind up. I'm giving you the piggy bank. Just give it, just take it. This is my savings. This is everything I have. I don't know how much is in it, but here you go. And so I gave him that. He was like, all right. The pastor is a really, really genuine guy, man of God, complete man of God. Anyways, he took it and I'm driving home and, you know, I feel like I got it off my chest. I feel like, whew, got that over with, right? I feel good, got it over with. Anyway, so look, then after that, my deal falls through. Right? My deal, the sellers blocked me. Like after that, like a few days later, 4 or 5 days later, somebody comes in and steals my deal, calls the seller, discredits me to them. They end up blocking me for 2 weeks, bro. And so I gave all of my money away and I've been working nonstop for like, it's almost 6 months now, and I still don't have a deal. And I gave away all my money. And my deal's falling through. And I'm just like... And son, when I'm telling you, bro, it's just faith, bro. It was just all faith, right? So there was 2 different sides to the faith. There was like the giving my money away, Jesus faith. And then there was like faith in myself, faith in the journey, faith in just getting better in entrepreneurship. And so when it came down to like the deal falling through, I just sat there and I was like, I just had to have a conversation with myself. And I was like, you know what? I told myself I'd give myself a year. It hasn't been a year yet. I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep fighting. Right? And so I just resolved in my head. So I just started calling more leads, new leads, just calling more leads, calling more Zillow leads. I didn't give up. It was discouraging, but I had resolved within my head that I don't quit and that I don't give up no matter what. Okay, so there's that. And then also, you know, my parents and my brother, my family members, they know I'm saving. They're like, how much money you got saved up? You getting a lot of money yet? Because they see me hustling. They see me going and cutting these yards and all that stuff. They see me hustling hard. And they know that I'm saving my money up, but they didn't know that I gave my money away to church. I didn't tell anybody that, except like my closest friend at the time. He was the only person I told. And so my family members are questioning me. It's been 6 months now. It's going on 6 months, and I have nothing to show for it. But I do actually. I have the skill set and the mindset and the resilience that I've gained. But monetarily, physically, I have nothing to show for it. So they're asking me, like, how much money you got saved? And so they're literally asking me that. And I just gave my money away to the church. And I don't tell them what I did because I knew that they would not understand me. And I knew that they would not get it. They would look at me like I'm insane. I know they would. Even though my family is Christian, they would look at me like, Isaiah, why did you do that? You did not have to do that. God doesn't want you to da-da-da-da. But if my mom would have said something like, God wants you to whatever, save your money or something. Whatever. I just knew what Jesus told me, and I knew like I couldn't tell my family. One, because I didn't want to tell anybody, right? Because it was a personal thing with Jesus. And two, I just knew they would look at me like I'm crazy and they wouldn't understand me, especially my brother. And so they're asking me this, they're questioning me, and I'm just like, yeah, it's a lot so far. It's a lot. I lied. You're right. I just told them like, it's a lot. It's getting there. It's getting there. And when I'm telling you, it was one day specifically that my mom and my brother had questioned me like, Isaiah got money. He's saving up a lot of money. He's about to get a car soon. And bro, I had a sinking feeling in my heart. Like my heart sunk down to the pit of my stomach because I knew that I had just given all my money away. And it was a feeling of like, I felt stupid, or I felt like, what am I doing? Like, what did I do? What am I doing? I'm actually getting emotional talking about it. But it was such a moment of faith. And so I remember like feeling like stupid and discouraged when they said that, and I had to lie and tell them like, yeah, it's a lot of money. I'm working really hard. I saved a lot of money. Again, 6 months hustling, 3 a.m. every single day. And I just gave all my money away, and my deal just fell through. I went upstairs to my room. Yeah, I'm getting emotional. So I went upstairs to my room. I got on my knees and I prayed. So I got on my knees and I prayed, and I started crying, and I was just like, Jesus, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what you have planned, but I told him, I was like, it was a declaration of my faith. I said, I know that you told me to give my money away. I know that you're the one who told me to do that, and I did it. And I don't know what you have planned. I don't know if I'm supposed to be broke for the next year. I don't know if I'm ever going to get that money back. But I just want you to know that you told me to do something and I did it. That's it. End of story. That's it. I didn't want my money back. I didn't expect him to give my money back. Nothing. It was a declaration of my faith. My parents and my brother called me out saying, they didn't call me out, but they were like, he's got money. How much money you got saved? And I was just like, I just felt dumb. I felt discouraged. I felt just like I don't know what I was doing anymore. And I just went upstairs. I got on my knees and I prayed. And I said, Jesus, I know you see what's going on right now. And I know you know how I feel right now. I was like, I know you see what's going on. And I know you see how I feel. And I know you know my situation. And I know for a fact that you are the one who told me to give my money away to the church. And I just want you to know right here, right now in this prayer that I heard you and I did what you said. That's it. I didn't expect anything from him because, again, I'm growing in my relationship with Jesus. So I knew like there's more to a relationship with Jesus than just like money and stuff, right? Honestly, I thought like money was like low key bad or something. But like, I just knew like, I wanted Jesus to recognize what I did in eternity. I was like, if I die, I want you to see me praying to you right now and see this declaration of faith that I took every single inch of faith in me and I did what you asked me to do. And now it seems like it's backfiring, but Jesus, I want you to know that I'm standing firm with you right now. Right? So I made that prayer. And after I made that prayer, I was just like, It's something to spirituality, bro. There's something to spirituality that you don't care what's going on in the world. You don't care what people think about you. You don't care about anything because you know that there's like a purpose and there's like a destiny, something so deeper than like the world and material things and what's going on, right? And so I just had that knowledge and peace within me, knowing like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care if I'm broke. I don't care if it's not working out. I did what God told me to do. And I didn't tell anybody this either. So, a few weeks go by. And I can't remember what happened first. But let me just tell you this. Actually, I do know what happened first. What happened first was one of the elders from the church wanted to have coffee with me, wanted to eat some breakfast, go to IHOP, whatever. Right? I didn't have a vehicle at the time. You know, he wants to, and I think he just wants to, get to know me because I'm new to the church or whatever, which is understandable. All pastors do that, right? If you're new to the church, they see you, you're a newcomer, they're gonna offer lunch with you or something. Anyways, I kept postponing it a few days. And one day I was like, you know what? I'm free this day. Because I'm always hustling, right? I didn't stop. The hustle never stopped. It was always about the process and the journey. Well, anyways, so he invited me to lunch one day to an IHOP, like 10 minutes down the road or whatever. I was like, yeah, you come pick me up. He picked me up. We went to IHOP. We're ordering something. And he's just asking me about my life story. And, I tell him about my life story. I come from jail. I'm turning my life around. I used to be heavy on drugs. My brother's in jail right now. All this other stuff. And I told him about how I'm getting into real estate. Whatever. He gets to know me. I get to know him. We get to know each other. And anyways, so long story short, he was like, I see what you did at the church. I see that you gave that money away, that you gave your money to the church, and I just want you to know that it's going towards a good cause. God sees you, and I don't want it to go like unheard or whatever. I want you to know that God sees you. And so he said that God told him to take my money, and I think he just he added more on top of it. Like, I don't know if he doubled it or added 1/2 or whatever. I think I gave like $1,000 away, or maybe it was $1,200 or something, and then he gave me like $1,700 or like $1,500 or something like that. And so he's like, God told me to give you your money and some back. Actually, no, I think he gave me like $3,000. No, he did. Yeah, I gave like $1,500, and I think he gave me like $2,100 or $3,000. Yeah, it was like $2,500, something like that. And so when he said that, immediately when he said that, guys, remember, I had just had this talk with Jesus. I put all my faith in him. This is like a very personal thing. And when he said that, bro, I'm telling you, I broke down so hard in IHOP. I was like crying, bro, snot bubbles, all of it. I was just like, I kept my head down because I couldn't lift my head up because I had so much so much tears. I had so many tears, bro, because it all hit me and it just let me know like, this is God. Like, this is God right here. And so yeah, he gave me like $2,500 or $3,000, somewhere close to $3,000. I can't remember. And then like a few days later, I ended up closing my wholesale deal for $7,000. So yeah, it was $3,000. I had $700, and then, but no. It was $7,000, and he gave me something like $2,100 or something, or $2,300. And then after I gave my money away, I kept cutting grass and raking leaves, and I continued to save, and I think I had $1,000. So altogether, it all added up to like $10,000 and like $100 or $10,200. This is a long video, but yeah, it was a crazy experience. But I could not have got that money. I could not have got that $10,000 without God. Like, I just could not have gotten it. Like, that's the one, like, I never really told that story before. This is like the first time I'm telling it publicly on the internet. Yeah, it was all God, and it was a lot of faith. So I went on my hero's journey, y'all. Basically, like, I gave it all up. I had the call to adventure. I went on my adventure. I faced my demons, had my battles, and somewhere along the lines, I felt like I lost it all, and I felt like all hope was lost. But I kept going, and I never gave up, and I put my trust in God, and I put my faith in God, and in the end, it all ended up working out. And I'm telling you right now, I hope this inspired you, because anything is possible. And if you just have faith in yourself, faith in God, and keep working and never give up, you can make anything happen. I guarantee it. So yeah, I hope this inspired somebody. I hope you stayed through. If you did stay all the way through to the end, shouts out to you. You're the GOAT. Follow me on Instagram. My Instagram details are down below. If you want to join my mentorship, and if you want to get a wholesale deal in 90 days or less, just DM me on Instagram. I'll call you on there. We can see if my mentorship is a good fit for you. All right? Stay motivated. Make sure to hit the like button, comment, subscribe. Peace.